Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with episode 26 of the AI Guys D&D campaign. Hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the next episode from the AI Guys D&D campaign, episode 26.
All right then, guys. We finished off last session with you guys telling the captain figures aboard the convoy,
But hopefully you can get it sorted.
Who through some clever use of magic and mental interrogation, you managed to figure out that they are in fact traffickers. The captain immediately commanded her first mate to rally a number of the crew to seize
Okay, I have not watched this.
these men before making a
I remember the last episode, they rallied the two guys to go and like maroon somewhere, I think.
sharp turn on the ship, inland, to dispose of them away from the eyes of the rest of the passengers.
I'm not sure about this.
What are you not sure about, buddy? You did a great job. Now we just sit back, relax, and let these guys get taken care of. Then we can continue to feign knowing that we have once again made the world a little bit brighter.
I mean, Rar said it himself. He could have taken out all of them deckhands without breaking a sweat.
He's right, I did say that.
And we're supposed to believe that they were wrestled and restrained without at least one of them dying. I don't buy it.
I've got to admit, I'd have
Now that he mentions it, that is actually fucking true. Like, it was very easy to restrain them.
expected a little more resistance.
Well, what do you think their game plan is then? Do you think that they're going to try and pull a fast one when we're on shore?
I'm not sure. But what I do know is that there's something amiss.
Well, let's just go along with the captain to deliver their execution then. I mean, she said she wanted to go inland to keep it away from the eyes of weaklings, and that's one thing we're not, weak. If they try anything when I'm there, I'll pummel them into the ground.
And just like that, we have a solution. Nice work, Rar.
Yeah, I think that's a solid
Yeah, that's
idea.
about right.
I'll just go over to the captain and
There's very little people that fucking rock on pummel into the ground.
request that we come along.
Barbarian strength and all.
Joe, I head over and ask if that's something she will allow.
Saxiron, as you approach the captain, every step echoing your intent, her gaze locks onto yours, assessing and measuring. There's an unspoken understanding, a sense that she's already a step ahead. I had the same thought, she muses, her voice steady and resolute. Their surrender was too easy, too compliant. Your presence during the execution might be more necessary than you think.
I want to make an insight check, Joe.
On who? The captain?
Yeah.
Is there anything specifically you want to gain insight about?
I don't know, I just want to gain a feel for whether she truly believes that these guys are
Yeah.
playing some kind of game or not.
Okay, roll it.
That's a 16.
With a roll of 16, you discern a deeper, unspoken unease lurking beneath her confident exterior. While she appears to have faith in her crew's capabilities, there's something else that haunts her gaze, an underlying concern unrelated to the immediate situation. The weight of this larger, more ominous premonition looms over you, and you can't quite put your finger on its origins.
Guys, she's not telling us something.
All right, enough of this beating around the bush. Step aside, Saxy. Captain, let's cut through the ambiguities. Your response to this situation was not that of a mere encounter. It was personal and calculated. Observing your
To work from home is tied to my PC. Not particularly great. Yeah, I can imagine.
reaction, immediately changing course to give a swift execution before it could ever reach a trial. It's clear you've crossed paths with these men before, or know of their larger scheme. What is the real story here? What piece of the puzzle are you withholding from us?
Tronald, as you lock eyes with the captain, a shadow of unease crosses her face, barely noticeable but undeniable. You have keen eyes, don't you? While I'm not familiar with these individuals directly, I'm all too familiar with the whispers of their greater conspiracy. They hail from a shadowy network known as the Chains of Brass. Word on the wind suggests they have tendrils deep within the upper echelons of power. Turning them into Fane's authorities? That would be akin to throwing ourselves into the lion's den. Their swift surrender was probably a gambit, betting that once we reached land, the tables would turn in their favor. I intend not to grant them that satisfaction.
It's hard to argue with your logic, and it's good to know that when we make shore in Fane, we'll need to be careful with who we share this information with. Anyway, you can count us in. We will make sure that they don't get away. All right, Joe, I head back to the rest of the group and let them know the sitch.
The Chains of Brass. I could have sworn that I've heard that name before.
Tronald and Saxy, if you want to make a history check individually, or one of you make it with advantage, you can.
You go ahead and make it with advantage, Tronald.
Nice, that's a 23, Joe.
Tronald,
It's not
with a
bad.
roll of 23, fragments of stories, tales, and lectures you've come across in the past coalesce into a clearer picture in your mind about the Chains of Brass. They were birthed in the fiery crucibles of North Viridia during the tumultuous days of the last great Continental War. Originally, they were a band of hard-bitten mercenaries known not just for their might, but for their adaptability in war's ever-shifting sands. Their prowess on the battlefield, though brutal, was a sight to behold, making them a sought-after asset across the entirety of Mortal Azure. However, as the flames of the Great War finally settled, their roles were diminished. Reduced to menial tasks, they were often commissioned to deal with local gang skirmishes or tame the wild tribal territories. But the chains weren't meant to be satisfied with trivialities. The mundane nature of these tasks, coupled with the meager reward grating on them, it wasn't too long before their ambitions took a darker turn. Rather than annihilating these groups, they began to see the value in capturing them. In the shadows of legality, they started a vile trade, shipping these captured souls to foreign lands as slaves. The roaring demand for this commodity in far-off continents changed their objectives drastically. Their operations grew even more sinister as they ventured beyond the fringes of the underworld. They began to target the very fabric of society. Innocent men, women, and children who were torn from their homes and lives only to be sold into a myriad of dark purposes. With each passing year, their infamy grew, not just as an organization of power and influence, but as a nightmarish entity that haunted the whispers of every parent, every village elder, and every traveler.
These are very bad people, guys.
How bad are we talking?
Well, let's
Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking bad.
just say that their power and influence were sought after by all of the 4 continents involved in the last Great War. So yeah, we're not exactly trying to catch a small fish here.
Great, I was literally just thinking we didn't have enough enemies.
My mother,
What was that, buddy?
that's where I've heard that name before. It was my mother. She told me a story one time of why we lived away from the rest of our tribe. She told me that one day the brass chains attacked, but my father, a soldier passing through, helped her flee.
I'm sorry, but I'm a little lost.
Joe, I
We getting raw law.
explained to Saxiron and Celestia what I told Tronald.
Well, fuck, that's just awful. You do realize, though, Rar, that there is a chance that your father was not just passing through, but instead a member of the Chains of Brass that went rogue?
No! I refuse to believe that this was the reason that we were hunted down. The man I remember would never have worked alongside such an organization.
We're not saying that he was, just that he could have been. Plus, people change, dude. Something might have happened that made him change his life around.
Debating this, it's moot. Whether his father was this or that, it doesn't matter. What truly stands out is the deep-rooted love, the unyielding bond between a child and his parent. These men, Rar, might be our first step in unraveling the mystery of where your parents are. You have a formidable spirit, Rar, a testament to the strength and determination passed down by your father. I envy him in ways I
Yeah, I'm very curious to see why this episode is called A Fatal Mistake. This seems like it might be quite a serious episode.
can't describe, for he succeeded where I faltered. He shielded you from the darkness and guarded you against all odds, whereas I stood by, helpless, watching everything I held dear, including my son, be consumed by flames and despair.
Thank you, Tronald. But what if they're right? What if my father was a member of the
His son got consumed by fire? Is there something I missed?
Chains of Brass?
Your father, in the face of danger, kept you safe, something that the great Lord Tanavir failed at miserably. And that's a legacy worth holding on to.
You know, when we first
Did he get more memories back from when he was Tanavir?
started out
Lord
together,
Tan?
I thought we were pretty normal. Aside from the obnoxiousness of Tronald, the angriness of Rar, and Gilro's uncontrollable stench. But
Gilroy has not been mentioned in like 20-something episodes.
we're all pretty fucked up. There's a lot of deep-rooted issues coming out. And I'm just glad we have each other to get us through it all.
Go on then, Saxy. What's your history?
Huh. Well, my mother and father...
It's at this moment the captain's voice booms across the deck.
Yeah, we don't get Saxy Law today.
Drop the anchor. Lifting your gazes from your conversation, the looming rocky shoreline comes into sharp focus, its jagged facade providing no clear port for docking. It dawns upon you that the captain intends to anchor off the coast. Ready the rowboats, she commands. I'll need 5 men with me. Her eyes dart to the first mate, stern and unwavering. Hold the ship. Ensure no mischief unfolds in my absence. Then, turning to your group, her gaze pierces each of you. If you intend to join, now's the time.
All right, then, we climb on the boats.
One by one, you step onto the boats as the aged wood creaks beneath your feet. As you settle in, the two suspicious figures are heaved aboard, their bonds chafing against their wrists and ankles. The massive man is on your boat, his bulk causing it to list noticeably. Across from you, the other figure, draped in crimson and brass, is positioned with the captain and 5 sailors. The boat...
I have a feeling that that very, very roguish, very skinny fucking shady dude is going to probably kill the captain or some of the crewmate.
are
Most
released,
likely.
descending with a series of strained creaks and groans.
If anyone can break free, it's probably him, just because of shadiness and like high dexterity or something. Where the big guy is not very dexterous, so he'd probably get stopped if he tried to like break free. At the same time, he's probably very fucking strong and probably can break any like cuffs they have on him. So I have no idea.
The combined weight of the towering figure and Rar challenges the boat's very
But they might sink the boat, so that might not. That might be why he doesn't. Maybe? Question mark.
integrity, making you question its ability to carry you all to shore safely. Yet the craft holds, and you find yourselves afloat. As you journey towards the coast, the rhythmic pull of the oars through water fills the air. Around 10 minutes pass before the boat's prow scrapes against the pebbled shoreline. A flurry of avian life takes to the skies, startled by your landing, while the smaller denizens of the shore retreat to safety. Rising from your seat, you're met with a sight that takes your breath away. An expansive, unending forest, stretching its fingers along the coast. Towering mountains rise in the distance, their majestic peaks dwarfed by the vastness of the trees.
All right then, let's get this over with. Joe, I pull out my axe, ready to strike.
Whoa there, buddy. Don't we want to question them first? You know, figure out if there's anything they can tell us about your
That'd probably be a good idea.
parents.
Good point, Tronald. Do you want to do the questioning with magic, or shall I give it a go?
I'm happy to do whatever, buddy.
Well, it just so happens I have a nifty spell prepared that will force them to only speak the truth. Granted, they
Zone of Truth, I'm assuming.
can just choose not to say anything, unless we did a little combination of my spell and Tronald's suggestion.
Damn,
Yeah, that works.
you love to see it. That's some great magical teamwork.
All right, then. That sounds good to me. Do you want to cast yours first, or shall I cast mine?
Before you do that, Tronald, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, great.
Yeah, something's
That's a
gonna
19,
happen.
Joe.
Tronald, without a hint of premonition, you're suddenly engulfed by a hauntingly familiar agony. It's a pain that feels ancestral, as if drawn from the very roots of your being, reaching out and wrapping its cold, vice-like grip around you. The torment pierces your mind, resonating deep within as if 1,000 shards of glass are being driven into your soul. The strength of
fuck?
it knocks the wind out of you,
Okay, what the fuck is going on?
bending your form as your limbs convulse, and a
Okay.
guttural
I assume again this is the shady guy that's doing this.
cry escapes your lips. To those around you, the sight is nothing short of harrowing. The indomitable Tronald, always a pillar of strength, is now at the mercy of an invisible, torturous force. Every gasp for air, every twitch of your muscles is amplifying the depth of your suffering.
What's happening to him? Celestia, do something!
What the fuck do you expect me to do about it?
I think he's having one of his vision flashback things. It's probably best we don't disturb him, because we're going to need all the information we can get.
Tronald, your consciousness is abruptly dragged into a nebulous realm, deep within the recesses of memories that are all too familiar. Within this miasma, a familiar voice, your voice, weighted with raw anguish and disbelief, resonates. I don't understand. Why are you forsaking us? From the swirling fog of memories, a silhouette of a woman materializes, her voice a haunting lullaby of sorrow and determination. I must depart. That's all you must grasp. Have faith in our destiny. Believe in my resolve. Navigate true to your path, Tanavir.
Fuck.
For if you waver, the cosmic wheel won't cease its inexorable spin. Your triumph is critical. It's you and only you who can shatter the cycle. The depth of her words, drenched in melancholy and mystery, clings to you, pulling at the very fibers of your heart. With the abruptness of a storm's end, the mystical bond releases you, thrusting you back to the world of the living. Your gaze meets the etched concern of Saxiron, Rar, and Celestia. But amidst their familiar visages, another figure captures your undivided attention. Set against the backdrop of a dimming horizon on a remote, rocky prominence, stands a man. An eerie calm surrounds him, an unsettling stillness in stark contrast
I assume this is not one of the two shady individuals.
to the world in motion. The sheer weight of his presence is overpowering, igniting a primal fear deep within, as though your very soul is entangled in a dance with an ancient
Yeah, no, it's not the same
malevolent
person.
force. The atmosphere is electric, charged with foreboding, making every hair on your body stand on end. And then, in the blink of an eye, as if swallowed by the mists of time, the figure, dissipates.
Holy fuck. Sorry, but that was the worst one yet. That hurt like a mother trucker.
Are you okay, though? Do you feel any different? And what did you see?
I don't think now's the time, guys. We can discuss the ins and outs of Tronald's freakout when we get back to the ship.
Joe, I want to look over to where I saw the figure. Can I see anything?
Huh? What figure?
Sure, give me a perception check.
That's a 21 total.
Tronald, as you diligently comb through the surroundings, absorbing every nuance and shadow, it becomes clear. The figure has vanished, leaving no visible trace.
Joe, I'm going to make my way over to the overlook and see if there is anything that he left behind.
Wait, dude, can we just get this over with first? We can do whatever it is you want to do after.
So do I see anything, Joe?
Dick.
Roll me an investigation check, buddy.
Fuck you, I saw something strange. I'm looking.
Okay, so that's a 17.
Tronald, as you crest the peak of the rocky prominence, a sudden urge pulls you down to your knees. You sweep your gaze over the ground and it catches, a lone pair of shoe impressions etched into the gathered dust atop the stone. Oddly,
Yeah, so he was
there
there.
are no footprints leading towards or away from this point. Your eyes narrow further, noticing a subtle, almost ethereal mark. It's as if a burst of energy has momentarily kissed the rock, scarring its surface with an otherworldly
Teleportation, it's common in D&D.
How about you give me an Arcana check?
That's a 24 total.
With a roll of 24, knowledge unfurls within your mind in a way you can't quite explain. It's as if a distant whisper, a voice not entirely your own, conveys insights from the shadows of your consciousness. The bond between yourself
Dimensional, most likely
and
dimensional.
Lord Tan's memories seems to intensify with each of these episodes. With an unwavering certainty, you discern that the peculiar scarring on the rock's surface is the aftermath of the teleport spell.
Well, fuck.
Or just the actual teleport spell.
Joe, I head back down to the others.
Actually, that is a very high level spell, like compared to like Dimension Door. Like, whoever that was is, I'm assuming, pretty fucking
Pulling our
powerful.
group away to one side as I explain what I've just seen to them. Guys, this is no joke. For someone to cast that spell, they would have to be an incredibly powerful wielder of magic. We should tread very cautiously.
Dude, you haven't explained shit to us yet.
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. I said it should wait until after we've dealt with that situation over there. But it seems like this might be a little more pressing than I originally thought. So, what exactly did you see in your vision?
Okay, I explain everything.
Right, well, we clearly don't have enough time to unravel all this here. My biggest concern is what happened first. The figure watching us, or your vision? What I mean by that is, did the vision trigger because of the individual there, or did something else?
Oh, fuck. That's actually a good question.
And it was whatever that was that granted you the ability to see them.
I'm just as much in the know as you. I don't have the foggiest.
From a distance, the captain's voice pierces the air, laced with evident impatience. As riveting as it is to watch you meander aimlessly, perhaps it's high time we proceed? Either ask your questions now, or we will begin. We're wasting too much time.
Yeah, don't get a bee in your bonnet. Okay, Joe. I cast
I've
Zone of
never heard
Truth
that
onto
one
the floor
before.
next to the two individuals.
Celestia, as you begin to chant, with your hands tracing symbols in the air, each of them leaves a lingering glow that interweaves with the next. The ground beneath
Hey, Punches, how's it going? Glad to have you.
the two suspicious individuals starts to shimmer, like the surface of a pond disturbed by the first drops of rain. A soft, golden radiance emanates outward, illuminating the area in its
How's it going?
embrace.
How's your day been? Well, did you just wake up? If you just woke up, how was your rest?
Light pulses in rhythm with your chanting, growing in intensity until it reaches its peak. It's at this point golden threads of arcane energy begin to rise from the ground, intertwining and spiraling
3 p.m. Okay, so like I said, how's your rest?
upwards, ensnaring the two individuals in a web of divine truth. Their expressions shift from confusion to a subtle realization, a certain clarity. It becomes evident that within this sacred zone, deception holds no power. Their minds are now
Zone of Truth is always a good spell to have in a D&D game.
an open book, vulnerable and transparent to any query.
Okay, Tronald, are you going to use your suggestion then?
Not just yet,
I just had to let my mind wander for a bit for getting out. Makes sense,
but
makes
I think
sense.
we could probably get the answers that we seek without it. And if we're unable to, then I'll use suggestion.
All right, I'm going to direct my line of questioning to the man in crimson, seeing as he's the only one who's able to speak currently.
Yeah.
So, how long have you worked for the Chains of Brass?
Celestia, as soon as you start speaking to the man, his eyes light up with excitement as if you're engaging with him in a topic of conversation that he is wholeheartedly ready to indulge in. Ah, yes. I've been a part of this organization for 10 years, although my only regret is that I didn't find out about it sooner.
Geez, the way he answered
What
that
the fuck? The dude's fucking evil.
is making it sound like a cult. Okay, how did you come to learn about the chains of brass?
Ah, tales of the chains of brass are whispered throughout many taverns and alleys. Curiosity. It was curiosity which drove me to learn more, and my travels led me to various informants.
What interest do the chains of brass have in these parts? I've heard they mostly operate in North Viridia.
Expansion, perhaps. Resources, or maybe they simply wish to extend their grasp. Every organization has aspirations to grow and evolve. Isn't it natural?
Who fucking recruited you? Surely it wasn't just random selection.
I was approached by someone who saw potential in me, a woman of stature and power. But I never met her face to face, just through intermediaries.
Where are the individuals that
Interesting.
you plan to sell off like they're cattle being kept? I want to know the specifics. If I don't find your specifics specific enough, well, then we're going to have a problem. And I know just the man to resolve that problem.
Ronald, roll me a perception check.
That's a 15, Joe.
Upon the conclusion of your inquiry, a peculiar murmur emerges from the man. The sound steadily swells, morphing into a chuckle. Before you can decipher its intent, it cascades into full-throated laughter. The eerie mirth is so intense that it borders on hysteria. Through gasps of amusement, he manages to choke out 5 words. You're all going to die.
Right. And how exactly do you see that playing out?
Okay, Tronald.
Why the fuck did we roll?
What's your armor class?
16, Joe. Why?
Tronald, as the man's chilling laughter consumes the air, a sudden realization dawns on you. The captain is not where you last saw her. Before you can even process this disquieting shift, a thunderous bang pierces the atmosphere. It's a sound you recognize all too well, a gunshot. As you whirl around, the chilling truth crystallizes before your eyes. The captain, a figure of trust, stands with her firearm aimed, smoke curling from the barrel, directly at you.
What the actual fuck, man?
Is this really happening?
What the fuck's going on?
All right, so that's an auto crit because you're surprised, which brings us to 34 points of damage.
Can I take a reaction?
Unfortunately, no.
The fuck just happened?
You're surprised, which means you don't get any reaction.
Wow. Well, that's me, guys. I'm down.
And that is where we will pick up next session.
Now I understand why it's called a fatal mistake. They trusted the fucking captain. Well, shit. Either that, or one of them, or that shady guy casted a spell on the captain. That's also possible. Hey, cool. How's it going? But okay. Yeah, that's episode 26 of the AI Guys D&D campaign. I really enjoyed that. Make sure you show him some love. I know he started uploading these episodes on to Patreon. So show him some support there. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, and sub. And let me know your thoughts on that that just happened. If you guys enjoyed, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.